Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your humble host, Eric Sizemore, here to do some funny memes along with my beautiful co-host, Brain Damage.
Yo!
And Quiet Michael Abune.
He's quiet.
We'll fix it in post. And we're going to have some funny memes, but first, a trademark, patented, copyrighted part of every single episode of Facebook for the Blind. You know it, you love it. I'm talking about the depressing news. That's right, that's right. Too depressing to even sit through all of it. So today in the Tangerine Tornado trials, it was Michael Cohen's cross-examination in the hot seat. That's been kind of fun. Most of the rest of the trial has been penis-centered. So if you haven't tuned in to the disgraced former president's trial, you're not missing anything. 1 in 24 New York City residents is now a millionaire, more than any other city in the world. And I thought that was pretty amazing. I also noticed that just a day or so later, Chicago, not to be outdone, said, oh, yeah, well, 1 out of every 22 Chicago residents is now a millionaire. So there is dick measuring going on in all the cities around the world right now. Politico was following up on an investigation of the FDIC, and they had incredible amounts of testimony that it is a patriarchal, insular, and risk-averse pervasive sexual harassment, toxic place to work, which was amazing. They went and did a survey of, I want to say, more than 500 agency employees, even though there's only 6,000 people that work there. And they were like, oh yeah, it's awful. So that was interesting. Cows are now potential spreaders of bird flu to humans, so that's something to get excited about for the summer. This site can't be reached. Oh, Steve Albini died, so that was bad. Everybody was talking about the Auroras. Did everybody see the Auroras? Did everybody have fun seeing it? It was absolutely amazing. There were photos from everywhere. I think this one was from Vienna. This was from, well, they're from all over the place. But the Northern Lights were everybody's news, man. And everybody saw them except me. Look at this one. I thought this was really good. This was from Russia. I wasn't sure if it was real or not, unfortunately, because I'm becoming jaded. And this one, I think, was also from, yeah, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Found this one that got quite a bit of traffic, and it was just the height at which the colors, I did not know that the colors corresponded to the height of the Aurora Borealis, so that was pretty cool. Reds are really high, greens are much lower, purples are super low, and blues are in your face! I think this one was Knoxville, maybe? Anyway, Tennessee. Hey, speaking of the South and silly things down there, Democracy Now! Reports that the Virginia School Board votes to restore the Confederate names to 2 elementary schools that were renamed in 2020. To the best of anyone's freaking knowledge, this is the first time that's ever happened. So, that's fun. Friend of the show, Ben Stone, is posting here that 90.99% of Barnard College students have voted to divest from Israel. And in the pocket of Big Tenant says, divestment putting up, do you like ice cream numbers? 90.99%, which is spot on. I'm a big fan of maps, and I like to understand things better through maps. This is a map I made of Gaza superimposed on L.A., but you know, who really knows what LA is shaped like? That's a terrible one. How about Minneapolis? There's Gaza on top of Minneapolis for you people of South Canada. Don't know if that has really sunk in there. But this is San Francisco, although again, you people are puny, and it's very difficult to... Everything looks big compared to you guys. What's going on there that's absolutely horrendous is that... Israel has just continued to bomb all of Gaza from the north to the south and has now moved 1.5 million people into the 5th and final space available. They are backed into a corner in a greater density than a lot of places. For example, this is showing squeezed into an area smaller than an airport. So, anyway, this is a picture of Cook County, which is better known as Chicago, and I just positioned it on Gaza so that it looks like it's giving it a hug, because I'm heartbroken. I'm absolutely heartbroken. Yeah, so Gaza is really only 1.6. Chicago is 1.68 times as big as Gaza. So just a little bit bigger than it, which really is amazing. The Onion, of course, gets it right with "The Onion stands with Israel," because it seems like you get in less trouble for that. And I swear to God, I had another one. Yeah. The Onion also had the headline of "Dying Gazans criticized for not using last words to condemn Hamas." Again, fascinating stuff. Friend of the show, Molly Jongfast at Molly Jongfast says, "Here's the Speaker of the House fundraising off of his visit to the presumptive presidential nominee's criminal trial." Let that one get in. He's like sending out, Anyway, first commenter, "Try to imagine the media furor were Nancy Pelosi to have ever attended a criminal trial as a supporter of the defendant and then grifted off of it. Just, oh. Anywho, hey, in good news, giant batteries are transforming the way the U.S. uses electricity. It's true. Solar power. It's not just for the daytime anymore. RFK Jr. has said that doctors found a dead worm in his brain. That's right. Not only did he have a worm eating away at his brain, it died in there. And it's still up in there. And the thing is that a lot of people were talking about this dead worm in his brain. And you know what I was thinking to myself? They're putting a lot of emphasis on dead. Maybe this thing's still alive. It's hard to tell. Anyway, don't know. One of the in-your-face moments that I don't know if you guys caught, and I really wanted to make sure that you saw it because I thought it was absolutely great, was that Microsoft purchased the Foxconn territory that the former disgraced president had said that they were going to move some, Appleware. They were going to make some stuff for Foxconn in Wisconsin, giving tax breaks and all that stuff, and then it fell through. And then meanwhile, Biden was just like, "Yeah, let's put a Microsoft factory there." In your face! Anyway, I thought it was great. Angry staffer reports that Stormy is destroying this attorney. In earlier testimony this week, asked about merchandising from the former president's criminal proceedings, Daniel quipped, "Not unlike Mr. Trump," to muted laughter in the court. There was also laughter in the courtroom after Daniel's deadpanned in answer to the question, "Would you say that you were talking about your alleged tryst with the former disgraced president to make money?" And she says, "No, nobody would ever want to publicly say that." They had ever had a tryst, and I'm like, oh my God, so cold. She's really good. So the best and worst of Twitter, too, has summed it up: the worst timeline, people. Crazy to think that in court, porn star details sex with president might have been the fourth weirdest headline this week, okay? VP hopeful continues media tour despite questions about shooting puppy. That's right, puppy killer, still on the loose. Democrats save Republican speaker from the GOP members' effort to remove him. Again, we're in the twilight zone. And presidential candidate says worms ate part of his brain. Meanwhile, Clarence Thomas, who is, by the way, the most corrupt Supreme Court justice in history, he said that the nastiness is making Washington a hideous place. And I think we all thought the same thing together. Hop in your RV and leave. Want to remind you that it was Mother's Day since we last talked, and Merriam-Webster said, "Words to your mother."
Nice work.
Dad joke in the news. Here's some San Francisco Northern Lights looking very pretty over a long exposure of the Golden Gate Bridge. We normally close with a heartwarming animal story, but I thought, why don't we just cover it with reality? A cruise ship rammed a whale, got stuck on the front of it, and just kept going.
The orcas are not going to take this lightly.
No, No, and I haven't checked in on the current Orcas whale score, but Point cruise ship, unfortunately. Sorry, first down. Closing out with a heartwarming email, animal story. Friend of the show, Cordelia, friend of the show, Michael, said they saw the wild emu on our way to Sleepy Creek Vineyard. So there you go, babies. The emu is still on the loose. Current
Friend of the
score.
show, Wild Emu.
Friend of the show, Wild Emu. Oh, it was great, man. I went down and I saw Dean, and he showed me the video on the phone. This was running along beside the car. They were racing Emu. Yeah. So that was pretty stinking good. And that concludes the news from Facebook for the Blind for Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. And now on to my beautiful co-host with a delightful round of funny memes that we like to refer to as an average round one.
Wrong, Eric. Here comes my big, long, round one. Can everybody see my screen on my machine?
Yes. Beautiful.
Yep.
Lovely. This first meme of the night comes from IHYOMEO. Omeo. And he says, first time using a bidet, kind of nervous. You see, it's just a water hose under the seat of the toilet with one of those high-powered jet streams. Best of luck, Omeo. Bob Golan, at Bob Golan, he tweets out, Bob's my nickname. Robert is my Nicholas name.
That's funny.
Friend of the show, friend of mine, Mason Meninga, says he has posted this picture of Bob the tomato and Larry the cucumber from VeggieTales. But he asks a question. He says, do you think they explored each other's bodies?
Oh, God.
Oh.
God.
Oh, God.
About halfway through my first round, Coy Rin says, I'm going to start doing this now. And you see, at first I thought they were at a show. I'm not so sure. You think this is a club?
Could be
I think it's a club. But
Like a club.
there's somebody holding up a phone, and in giant letters it just says "somebody stink." I really wish that Andrew was here to read this one, but Brain, I think you'll do even a better job. Could you just go ahead and read this one for us?
All right. This one is from Jumping on Another Jet at Real Y'allito. Sounds like Scooby-Doo talking. Rap alert. Posted Rocky, RZA, and Riot. And it is I think that's I guess that's Rihanna. I have no idea who the rest of these people are. I'm guessing Rocky, RZA, and Riot. The RZA is not in the RZA is I am an avid Wu-Tang fan. The real RZA is not in this picture. I'll leave it at that.
Might be one of the babies though.
Oh yeah, they might have named it that.
Yeah.
But it is not the ruler zigzag law.
I love this one. This was a text message conversation, and the first person says, "Happy birthday! What kind of cake do you want?" And the person replies, the birthday person replies, "I don't want a cake." And so the very next picture is a cake in the same shape as the word bubble on the iPhone, and they've written, "I don't want a cake." New York Mag posted this cartoon that I thought was very, very appropriate. You see two aristocrats, maybe a king and a nobleman or something, and they're looking out of a castle window at hordes of people who are divided and fighting and pointing fingers at each other. And it says, a revolutionary war was brewing, but I managed to turn it into a culture war. No war but class war. Trash Can Paul. Friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. He's got a picture of a beer here with about 3/4 of an inch of head on the beer. And the head of the beer is labeled, "Yeah, I don't smoke." And the body of the beer is in parentheses, and it points to a picture of Charlie Sheen, who's got a cigarette coming out of each ear and somehow has 4 cigarettes coming out of his nostrils. And my last meme for round one, the wholesome round, comes from Alex at Jock Goose, who says, pro tip, if you can, try to be born into generational wealth.
Yeah, big advocate of the sperm lottery myself.
That's all I got for round one on my brand new Chromebook. Kicking it over to brain damage.
Nah, I never knew that was an option to be born into wealth. I'm glad that new Chromebook, Michael. Eric took so long to start that he said, "Go ahead and pack on all kinds of memes into round one." And I added a bunch of fluff, and then you showed up, and I was able to take all that fluff right back out. So let's do it.
Nice.
Here we have offthemark.com. We have a shark sleeping, and he's listening to ocean sounds, and they're saying, "Help, help." And he is sleeping so peacefully. Look at him. Here we have Scott Hilburn comics, and it has Thor going to Vic's gym, personal trainers, and he says, "Hello, I'm Thor." And the guy smoking a cigarette doesn't even look up from his newspaper. He says, "Try stretching out first next time." Guess he thought he had the Mike Tyson list.
Nice.
Here we have Peaceful Warrior Black Belt Club. Have two little boys fighting, and it says, "Never fight until you have to. But when it's time to fight, you fight like you're the third monkey on the ramp to Noah's Ark. And brother, it's starting to rain." I got a bunch of memes tonight from a page that it was called Is it funny or is it offensive? And they had a meme more, and I just snapshotted them all, so a bunch of these might not be labeled. This one has the bear choosing a man after a week with the woman. And it has a bear hugging a man with no shirt. And the bear says, they were so mean. And that says, "I know, buddy." And honestly, I still don't know what the fuck this bear woman thingamajig is all about. But this just reminded me so much of just, you know what? I'm gonna keep that. Never mind. So here's another one from that meme war, and it says, "I'm thinking about joining cicadas this summer and just screaming for 6 weeks straight." That's for you, Eric.
Thank you.
It's also for me because that 6 weeks is the summer break, and I got off of work today and just so yeah. Ollie Iconic at Ollie Iconic posted, "Therapist, you are your own worst enemy. Me, undefeated, baby." Here we have a 2-panel. A man and a woman talking. She says, "So what's your zodiac sign?" And he says, "Dinosaur." She says, "But that one doesn't even exist." He says, "None of them exist." And the look on his face. I told Diane, "Fuck Libras. I am a dinosaur from now on."
Nice.
Respect people who wear glasses. They paid money to see you. I posted this one. This is somebody at some kind of Comic-Con wearing a stormtrooper outfit, but they turned a motorcycle helmet and put some fuzzies on it and turned it into a Cookie Monster helmet. And they have a sign that reads, "T-shirt light, dark side, no half cookies." I tell my kids that all the time. I'm like, "Don't go to the dark side. They don't have cookies," and none of them get it. Here we have friend of the show, Gaming Lair, posted, "You are the worst." And we have what looks like the unscrewed bottom rolly part of a rolly chair. It says, "Whoever decided to sell this drone to my grandma, I'm coming after you."
Horrible.
Speaking of Mike Tyson, we got we don't know sports, and it says Mike Tyson hanging out with Steve Harvey and Bruce Willis in the late 90s, and it is Tyson fighting Holyfield with the referee Mills Lane in the mix. And that it took it, I was like, what do they mean? He's hanging out with Steve Harvey and Bruce. Oh my god. Okay. See, I'm fucking up. I almost went a whole 2 episodes without fucking up.
I didn't even hear it.
And I think this is the last one for me on this round. This is the Far Side. And they posted a rat and a lizard eating their own tails. The rat says, "It's delicious." And you're sure they grow back? And the lizard says, every time. Hand it over to you, Eric.
I would watch that. I would watch that Disney movie. That is ridiculous. I like it.
Every time.
All right, Facebook for the Blind, round 2, brought to you by episode 158. People, brought to you by Crayola. Crayola, the white one is useless. Mountain Dew, the sports drink for gamers. I'm just kidding. Of course, the Mountain Dew slogan is Yahoo! Mountain Dew. It'll tickle your innards. Just kidding. It's Do the Do. Also brought to you by Piz. Now with lithium. Riz the Piz. Yeah. All right. The wholesome round. Here's a post from Shirts That Go Hard on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Picture of Chewbacca and a girl in some great 70s glasses and a t-shirt that says, "Happiness is a warm Wookiee cock." Was that your noise, Sammy? That was a great noise. All right, more Wookiee cock jokes coming up. Here we have Bong Master Rob at Hot Rob says, "Friend, how did your first camping trip as a family go?" Me, and it's a mugshot, and it says, "Wife stabs husband with squirrel."
Stabs the right verb there?
I don't know, man, but I'm just gonna savor the mystery. This next one from friend of the show, Ben Stone, making a second appearance, has a post from Nat St. Clair. Students at Columbia University calling for divestment from South Africa back in 1984. Look at that black and white photo. All those kids camping out on the university. And they were right. Which I think is fun. This is Snoop Dogg, right? Got a picture of Snoop Dogg, and he is crying. And Season Barrett has posted it. It says, "Adulthood, probably the worst hood I've ever lived in." It's very ghetto here. I feel you, Snoop. I'm with you. Got about 5 more. National Strategic Stockpile of Memes and Satire just has a picture of Anita Bryant. And for those of you old enough to remember Anita Bryant, her granddaughter, Sarah Green, is now happily married to a woman. So, yeah. Anita Bryant was a terrible person, and she set women's rights back decades. And Edward Grudis says, "Remember when she got a pie in the face?" Yeah, I do. It was great. Moving on. Friend of the show, Cody Woods, has reported that Bill Maher says he's quitting stand-up. I don't know how he's going to just sit there in silence without it reminding him of the stage. And friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson, said he quit stand-up in the 90s.
No shit. That's exactly what I thought.
I just said, I hope self-canceling becomes a trend. Hey, Seinfeld, are you being canceled? Good, self-cancel. Yeah, you're not funny. Tell better jokes. Here's a picture sent from friend of the show, JB, who says, "That face you make when you have dirt on Boeing." And it's a body in a coffin, not doing anything with his face. So, as you guys know, I absolutely love maps. I found this cool website, and it was the True Size, which no relation. The True Size cities, and you could pop your city into it, and it would draw a little 15-kilometer diameter around it and compare it to another place. So I walked around Amsterdam, and I popped this around there. I was like, oh, wow, man. I walked around a lot of Amsterdam. Like, I now understand. I thought that was pretty fun. And this is actually one of my posts with the most. This is a picture of Champaign and a picture of Chicago, side by side. And
half of Chicago is Lake Michigan, according to this map.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it kind of gives you a perspective, and there was a lot of different conversation about it, and at the end of the day, all I can see is Boobies.
Yeah,
That
kind of
concludes my wholesome round one.
All right.
Back to you, Michael.
Round 2 for the irrelevant round.
Very irrelevant.
Get it off with Trash Can Paul. Friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. It's going to have a whole series here because Trash Can is ranking the best places to eat a McCrispy. Right? These are the best places to eat a McCrispy. Number 1, best place to eat a McCrispy, the dentist office. Because they can't access your mouth if you are eating. Best place to eat a McCrispy. Second place, job interview. Because you're likely to appear good at multitasking. Third place for the best place to eat a McCrispy is space, outer space. Because it floats if you let it go. So that's fun. That one's fun. But dead last place to eat a McCrispy, Great Britain. And it just says self-explanatory. How do we go backwards? All right. Aaron Jack at Aaron Jack says, a guy at a bar asked me if I use an electric toothbrush, and I said, no, acoustic. And he turned his back to me and started talking to someone else. This meme made me laugh harder than anything else this week. It's a tweet and a reply. The tweet comes from Vaseline Facts at Vaseline Facts. And it says, Vaseline fact. The word Vaseline derives from the German word Wasser, or water, and the Greek word eleon, or olive oil. And fuck Vaseline Facts at fuck Vaseline Facts replies, didn't ask. I just love that somebody out there has dedicated their life to trolling the Vaseline Facts Twitter account.
Oh my God.
Jordan _Morris says, to the goth guy in my college dining hall who always ate waffles, I'm sorry. I only knew you as Waffle Goth. You were surely more complex. And yeah, I have like 2 or 3 more here. Braden at Bray Woo Woo post this incredible picture, so incredible that I think it was, I don't know, it doesn't even look real. Mountain range with like these beautiful pools of water. And it says, I hiked 7 days straight for this view. But Corn at Up Bliss says, damn. And I saw it while taking a shit. Life is crazy. It says, dispatch, I'm at the corner of, and it's a street sign at a crossroads, and the roads are in yo butt. And finally, for round 2, the irrelevant round, it says how concentrated milk is made, and there's a picture of a cow in the pose of the thinking man. And that's it for round 2. Back to you, Brain Damage.
Man, I look just like that cow when I'm on the toilet. All right, let's start this one off with the Real Frisco page. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but it looks like Shakwe Lediu 1111. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they write, how the fuck can people be vegan? Imagine being high and going home to eat a motherfucking carrot. Here we go. Meme control to major something says, I'm dead. We got a 4-panel. A bird. Hey, over here, let's fuck. Second panel. No way, over here, we should totally bang. Third panel, a bunch of birds. Fuck me, no do me. Sit on my face, Netflix and chill. Sex here. Whoa, nature's so beautiful. There's a person walking by looking at the birds all singing their mating calls. Here we've got Comics Road and birds again. We've got 2 panels. There are 2 people sitting at a bench at the park, and they're listening to some birds singing. And the woman says to the man, I just love the sweet sounds of birds singing. And in the second panel, you see these birds are cussing each other out. You stupid motherfucker, you dumb bitch, son of a bitch, cocksucker. Just 2 in a row we're showing you. You never know. The birds might sound like they're cool. They are funking. Here we are. It's funny. Is it funny or offensive? That's the page where I clipped a bunch of these memes. Some of them did get the actual title in there. Here we have a biker, and it says, when being a regular cyclist doesn't get you hated enough, and he has on his back, vegan cyclist. Jeremy Church Broadway. But rent so high these days, I went ahead and grabbed myself a storage unit, and next to his bed, he has a porta potty.
Ooh. Be hot in the summer.
Shut the fuck up, Fiction Rocks. Posted a 4-panel that says he doesn't usually use ranged attacks, but when Wolverine needs a ranged weapon, and we see that he grabs Cyclops. And uses him.
Where's that trigger hand there, man?
I didn't even want to look, goddammit.
What's going on there, buddy?
He's like, retract those claws, you fucker. Retract them.
Oh, it's his knee. His knee. He's using his knee.
Mm-hmm. That's what the kids are calling it these days, huh? Here we have, Diane sent me this one, and it is a bunch of fruits and vegetables at a party, some flowers and whatnot. And there is a sunflower talking to a garden tool, and it looks like some kind of other flower is saying, I can't believe he invited that hoe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a garden party drama. Whoops. Jim K. Benton, I don't know who you are. Says beer. In 2-panel, we have a raw steak that says, I make you strong. Broccoli, I make you healthy. Beer, I make you think you can dance. Beer gets selected. Don't wait up, dorks.
Spot on.
Here we have some old 1920s or something. Some women riding some bikes. And one says, I've never come this way before. And the other says, it's the cobblestones. And this is the last one for this round. And we have Hagar. And he says to his posse, I won't invade Scotland until I get the right sign. And then all of a sudden, somebody sticks a sign through the door. Out of scotch. He says, okay.
Oh.
Once we run out of alcohol, we're raiding fools.
I actually had a very fine scotch last night, and I'm not normally a scotch guy, but it was
nice.
Lovely. It was lovely, I must say.
Salute to you, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's do an irreverent round 2 that we've done 158 times. Oh, I've done it 157. I forgot, but still. Here we have an anti-QAnon meme from Michael Henn. It said, which is the character that, oh man, I can't remember the actor on SNL.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader's character, and his character is like...
I don't know whose character is though.
But he always does a commentary on SNL News. And he said, it's called 2024, and it has everything. Brain-eating worms, gravel pits, farting in court. And even Mark Hamill. Occupy Democrats post this. Breaking. Legendary actor Mark Hamill beautifully trolls Fox Network hack Jesse Waters for smearing him as a B-list or C-list actor after he voiced his strong support for President Biden. And it's just like, oh my God, really? You're going to try and go after Luke Skywalker? Jesse, you're an idiot. He actually said on air, Mark Hamill, what is he, a B-list, C-list actor? Not a good look. Of course, this is just absolute BS. And Mark Hamill tweeted out after the Waters clip, he says, actually, I'm considered a D-lister. A D-list actor. The D is for delightful. And then one of my favorite comments back was, of course I'm right, I'm Bob, posting this 4-panel of Jesse Waters' idea of an A-list actor. Got John Voight, oh yeah, boy, screaming up the charts. Roseanne, oh yeah, huge. Can't keep her off the television. This guy, whose name I can never remember. Kevin Sorbo. And my favorite was the comment over here. Said Scott Baio was crying because you forgot him. Oh, yes, the A-list actors. The Propaganda Factory has posted this picture of a Boeing without a door. It says, Boeing whistleblowers are disappearing like the door plugs on their shoddy jets.
Oh, shit.
Which is kind of fascinating. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George Hussein Cruikshank,
No.
posted
Stop
this.
saying that.
Has posted this from Adam. Adam, great tweet. Says, my car is fucked because we have the coffee station here and it says, we take your repairs like we take our coffee very seriously. And we see a bunch of cups, little cups, and the machine says, out of order!
Yeah, it sucks.
My car's fucked. And there's no coffee. Friend of the show, T.O. Morgan, has posted this from My Randomology. Says, next comedian that claims wokeness, quote, ruined comedy has to share the joke they think they can't say and explain why it's funny. Hopefully on live network television. About 4 or 5 more of these. Friend of the show, David Rothman, has passed along this bizarre ad because Facebook thinks he is a fundamentalist Christian and MAGA Republican. We have here an eagle with a really bulbous bicep, human arm around an M16, and it says, search with freedom, fight for a free internet. And then you click on this app. I don't even know if there's a joke here. Just wow, guys.
Jesus.
Friend of the show, Kim, got a Mother's Day cup or work cup, and it says, have a great day. And when you tip it up, it's got the finger on the bottom. And I was like, that is a perfect cup right there. Right there. Friend of the show, FB for TB, a weekly memecast. And if you're not following FB for TB, a weekly memecast, you are missing out. Has republished this post from Smashly Ghoulish at Ashley JPL. Says, dude just cruised past me riding on a lawn chair taped to an electric skateboard while vaping and blasting Jack Johnson. And now I am questioning all my life choices.
That's a guy with a DUI.
Only in America. Only in America. Friend of the show, Andy Hahn, has reposted this one from Mary Gore that just says, what do you mean shout out to all the MILFs isn't a proper Mother's Day greeting? And Mackenzie says, it is me, is to me. Always down for the joke. Got 3-4 more left here. Intersectional memes and feminist dreams reminds us that, reading is fundamental. Because Stone Cold Jane Austen has republished this from Reddit. These are wedding favors that were at a reception. It says, it was love at first sight, at last sight, at ever and ever sight. From Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. All caps. This is why you need to read books, people.
Woof.
Yeah. At least listen to some Police songs and read the lyrics. Friend of the show, Economic Left, has this post that looks very familiar to everybody in my audience. We have an application, and it says high school, school name, in my resume. City, also in my resume. State, California. Did you graduate? Yes. College, school name, in my resume. City, why did you ask me for a resume? Did you graduate? No. Degree, haha, still attending. Major, it actually says it in the resume you asked me to provide.
God.
Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Why do they do this? 2 more. Jason Barham, friend of the show, has a post showing Sigmund Freud, and it says, so You're telling me he was spanked using a magazine with his own face on it by a porn star who reminded him of his daughter. I'll have to get back to you on this one.
Yeah, no shit.
Sigmund Freud. And finally, closing out the irreverent round, intersectional memes and feminist dreams, post Rachel McCartney saying, "Man, how hot do you think Freud's mom was?"
Awesome.
That has rounded out the irreverent round 2 from Facebook for the Blind. Back to you, Michael, sir.
All right, here we go.
Penultimate. It's the penultimate round. The round a lot of people have been waiting for.
Can you see it?
Nope.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
It's all right.
Let's try again.
I saw myself and I looked pretty cool.
All right, here we go. Tate at 51st Tates says, I understand that my body can't digest corn or whatever. That's fine. My issue is that I fucking chewed it. How the hell is it coming out back in the shape of corn? What are they not telling us? No, this doesn't happen to anybody else?
No.
I heard it's because of the film around the corn is like it keeps it trapped in even though we chewed it up or something like that. So when it comes back out, it's still kind of inside. I don't know if that's true. Oh, whatever.
So it's just like shit-filled corn husk?
No, I guess
Who knows?
like yeah, who knows? I'm not smart enough to even understand what the fuck I just said. Anyways,
Here's a picture of Christian Bale. It looks like maybe circa American Psycho. He's looking up at the camera and it says, the Greeks had Socrates. Y'all have me.
Oh, God.
Next is B at Isabella Yance, who says, my son just asked me how I know his name. I am not in the mood today.
Hey.
I really like this one. It's from Brendan the God, who says a few upgrades to the whip. And at first, it just looks like 3 pictures of this person's car. But when you look a little closer, he's replaced the front seat with an overstuffed leather couch. And he's replaced the handle on the door with like a doorknob from like a front door. And my favorite is on the dash. He's changed the dial for the AC to like the shut off for the water hose.
Like a spigot. That's ridiculous. I'll tell you what, I like that couch.
Yeah, I don't hate it, especially for a long trip.
Couch is speaking to me.
And Nikki at Nick says he's retweeting Jean. And you see, Nikki says that this is Tarzan's last thought as he plummets to the jungle floor. So this is Tarzan's last thought as he plummets to the jungle floor. And then you see he's retweeted John, who says, I miss Vine.
Deep cut.
Pookie at Pookie's Paradise, which Pookie was actually my nickname in the Army. He says, fart gonna change the atmosphere of the earth. And you see he's retweeted Jay, who says, fuck 30 wings and oysters. Give me 30 of these. And it is a to-go box of the most disgusting looking deviled eggs I've ever seen in my life.
What
I mean, they
the
look
shit?
delicious, but like,
But messy.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
all that
I-
sauce? What is that?
right?
I don't know, man, but it looks awesome. I would definitely eat these. I just want to say that this fart would absolutely fucking peel the tarnish off of a locker room. Forbes. Forbes is there's somebody we know. It says they're reporting that FDA issues warning about black licorice for Halloween. And then we see Wall Street Insider Dinger says, quote unquote, it tastes like shit, FDA. And my last meme for this round, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. It says, I don't know who this is from, but it says, I ain't a magician, but I got a couple of Twix up my sleeve. And you see a picture of a guy who's got Twix candy hidden up his sleeve. But the first comment says, bro, you got 2 left legs. And then when you look at his legs, what the fuck is happening here? Like one of his legs, he's got it twisted all the way backwards. And he's wearing black socks with white Crocs, but whatever. He's got Twix up his sleeve. And that's all I got for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Back to brain damage.
Awesome. Let's do it. Here we have I forgot to tell you, disclaimer, this one's a little racist. I wish I could take a word out of this one, but I'm gonna do it anyways just because it's so fucking funny. And here we have a little girl giggling with her little face like she's up to no good, and it says, "Me waiting for my friends to fall asleep so I can take pics of their toes and send them to some dude on the internet for money." I don't appreciate that there is a specific race in there, so I left that out. But that is pretty fucking funny. Here we have, I have 2 last wishes. Number 1, I want my remains scattered around Disneyland. Number 2, I do not want to be cremated. Speaking of Crocs, Michael, what a crock of shit.
Oh, God.
And let's just keep moving. Here we have 2 aliens. One says, we come in peace, but he holds up a middle finger. The other one smacks him on his back of his head and says, not that way. 2 fingers are used to make a peace sign. So the alien throws up double middle fingers. Here we've got a 4 panel. I have no idea who these people are. She says, it's too alive. He says, it depends on the context. Then he says, out of the sky? Also, yes.
Yeah.
Here we have the Rick Moranis from Spaceballs with his gigantic Darth Vader helmet.
Nice.
It says, my love for Star Wars comes from my real life desire to use space magic to choke people I hate.
I like that one more than I should.
Here we have what looks to be possibly a Family Guy thumbs up with a hand with a middle finger up at the end of that thumbs up. And it says, when I send you a like, this is what I really mean. It cracked me up when I seen it. Here we have the Muppets. It says, nude photos of the Sesame Street Muppets have been leaked online. And in the second panel, we just see it as Bunch of Hands.
I didn't get it right away. I thought they were raising their hand to see the naked Muppets, but now I see.
I posted this one here. We have a guy that found a genie lamp. The genie pops out. He says, I want to have enough money to last the rest of my life. Genie says, granted, you have 1 week to live. And I wrote, I'm pretty sure this genie just hustled me because he took the easy way out on this one. He did not grant me a wish. He just was like, how much you got? Cool. I'll make it last that long. And honestly, I'm not even going to make it that week. We probably got till lunchtime tomorrow. Gaming Lair has a picture of Yoda that says, I never knew. It says, did you know Yoda has a last name?
What?
It was Lehihu. Please don't block me. Please don't block me.
God, Father, forgive him, for he knows what he did.
Here's the new friend of the show, possibly fucked around, found out. They just have a picture of the Kool-Aid Man that says, oh yeah, outside of a barn where there are a bunch of people laying down on the floor. I don't know. They must have drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh shit, dude. What is that? Is there a Netflix special or something? It's like the 3rd time this reference has come up this week. That's so weird.
And this is going to be the last one for me. Lynn Michael Arthur, I don't know. Credit Mark Parisi. I think Parisi might have been my grandfather's last name.
Huh.
That we never got to know, that knocked up my grandmother and then came up MIA in the war. Anyways, offthemark.com has a man proposing to his wife as she eats dinner with the dog looking on hungry. The man says, I originally hid the ring in the lasagna, but the dog ate it, so I had to wait a few days to try this again. Look at her face.
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh, ouch.
Leaving only my post with the most. Handing it
Ouch.
off to you, Eric.
Lovely. Thank you so much. All right, doing round 3. Welcome to the room, Stuart. Good to see you. Thanks, everybody, for being here again. Here from friend of the show, TD Nickel. Tom, my man. He's got this picture of some really fabulous high-heeled boots that are all sparkly and stuff. With moons and stars. And it says, when your wizard's second highest stat is charisma. Woo! Thigh highs on your old Gandalf there. Looking pretty good. Posted in D&D memes by Wee Yella Phil. This next one's from friend of the show, Ben Stone, and he's posted from David Grossman, who says, Joe Biden, you've just spent the last 7 months shedding political capital in order to support an ally to whom you have devoted your life's work. Let's check in with our national security minister and see how much he appreciates it. And it just says, Hamas loves Biden. Posted in anarcho-spirituality. If you're not following anarcho-spirituality, where are you getting your anarcho-spirituality at? Friend of the show, Rachel Lindman says, has a post from Rohita Kadambi who says, Kendrick should do Netanyahu next. I would listen to that one. I thought this was pretty funny. I think this is a TikTok, Instagram? I don't know what this is, but I went to @TinyDiceBuddies, and it was this dice standing in front of this chart, and he's showing this drop, and he's explaining. He says that there's actually the biggest drop in crime is on Mother's Day. And he said, I think that says a lot about how busy criminal moms are that they can't get away to do crimes because they're having brunch. It's a thinker. The other 98% posted this one from Midas_Society Child. It's a man standing in traffic. He's got a sign, and it's got a picture of Donald Trump on it. It says, your bitch called again. He needs more money. And the poster, Midas Society Child, says, I don't know who this guy is, but I'd love to buy him a beer. Matt Walsh. And if you're not familiar with Matt Walsh, good, because he's a terrible person. He is an anti-LGBTQ propagandist jackwagon. And Matt Walsh, at Matt Walsh Blog, said, honestly boggles my mind that so many people think 40 hours of work is a week is a lot. That leaves you at least 5 or 6 waking hours a day during the week to yourself and 2 full days on the weekend. How much more free time do you really think you should have? And Francis Wolf, at Francis X Wolf, says, Matt, a married man with 6 children, making it painfully obvious that he's never done any housework, cooking, or childcare. Put up by putting workers first. And I double checked. He's got a net worth north of $7 million, so screw this guy. Friend of the show, Dennis, has posted from Seriously Fast Motorsports from one of the VIP clubs at Miami golf course. I guess it's the Hard Rock Cafe. We look here at this menu, and we've got such items as empanadas for $120. Got a Maine lobster rolls for $280. Carne asada nachos for $180. And it's captioned, nothing says go fuck yourself, peasant, like an F1 race in the U.S. So, go Miami. Friend of the show, Stephen Abram, I had a birthday and did one of these really long walls of text with all kinds of different things about things that mean different stuff. Number 2, sometimes I rolled my eyes out loud. That's something you realize. And number 10, getting lucky means walking into a room and remembering why I'm there. This next one's posted from Wholesome Fox, and this is a post from Oliver2981, and he is posting to the Lanks Road Police. Hi, I am just curious if it is illegal to park in a mother and child bay if you don't have any children with you. Lancashire Police. Hi, Oliver. We would suggest you refer the matter to the owner of the private car park. Oliver replies, no, I think I want to refer this matter to you because there is a police car parked in the mother and child bay at the store. Oliver coming hard at the Lancaster Road Police. More Perfect Union posted this picture of black and white, a man asleep at a desk. And at Peach Milkshake says, my dad fell asleep at work today. They didn't fire him, but they fired a girl for the same thing a few months ago. So he texted her and told her to sue them.
Oh.
I like it. Friend of the show, Susan, out there in the Bay Area, Queen Elder Goth, is posting seriously from Feral Neurodivergent Raging Meme Posting, who has a post from Boardwalk Cheese. Says, love these lunatics who say things like, choose happiness, as if I saw happiness on the menu and I was like, no, none for me, thank you. I will have the depression with a side of anxiety, please. choose happiness. Friend of the show, Amanda has posted this picture of Bill Gates back in the day. It says, little headline here from 1981, Bill Gates, no one will ever need more than 640K of RAM. And Amanda captioned it, no one will ever need $128 billion.
Yeah, good.
This one's posted in Millennials Are Not Children, and if you're not following Millennials Are Not Children, that's probably okay, but you should visit. They've got this post about noodles. It's a flyer. It says, join Antifa. Ramen lunch every other Thursday. Find us on the internet. Join Antifa today for more perks. There's a couple pictures of ramen. I'm going, gotta tell you, Antifa kind of had me before they started serving ramen. But good on you, Antifa. All You Can Eat has posted this picture of a bowl of delicious buttered mashed potatoes with a little side of gravy as well. It says, several years ago, I read that potatoes and butter have all the nutrients a person needs to stay alive, and I refuse to inspect that information since. It is my emotional support fact. Yeah, from friend of the show, Renee Rader. Renee, we love you. She's got a picture of a baby here, and it says, a baby's laughter is one of the most beautiful sounds you will ever hear. Unless it's 3 a.m. and you're home alone and you don't have a baby.
Oh, God.
And that has been my penultimate round 3, leaving only my post with the most. Back to you, Michael.
All right, here we go. Post with the most for this week.
A lot of pressure. Drum roll,
Comes
please.
from the Chive, friend of the show, the Chive, and they post this screenshot from Spotify, and they say, somebody help Marvin Gaye. And you see that this is a playlist on Spotify titled Marvin Gaye's Clueless Ass, and the songs are What's Going On, What's Happening, Brother, When Did You Stop Loving Me, and Where Are We Going? Somebody help Marvin Gaye's Clueless Ass. He's just got a lot of questions. That's my post with the most this week. What was yours, Brain?
Well done.
All right, I couldn't choose between two because I realized that I had left one off the list. I couldn't go with it, and then you inspired me since yours looked like a reel. I got a reel too. So this is from a Reddit post, and it says pre-op trans centaur posted, you can have sex with one real person from all of human history. Who's your ultimate lay? And Phil8248 wrote, I'd like to have sex one more time with my wife who passed away from cancer 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is she may die young and leave you wanting. And something obscure posts, I also choose this guy's dead wife. Me. This guy's face like, what the? That's how I answer to you for this week, Eric.
I absolutely love it. I love it. And in a stroke of optimism, my number one post with the most this week is just graffiti on a wall. It says, it is okay to be heartbroken for more than one group of people at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
All of my friends from every persuasion all agreed. So we are all on the same page. But my funniest post with the most was from Jonathan Edward Durham at this one over here, who says, I've reached the stage of my life where there's nobody left in my circle but top-notch weirdos. And honestly, the company is so good.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
That was my post with the most from the bottom of my heart. This has been an episode of Facebook for the Blind for May 14th, 2024. We love you. Mwah!
Love you, George.
Yeah.
You can woo
All
now.
right.
You can all woo.
Gotta-
Wooing.
Woo! I got to get my kids to bed. Peace.
I love you,
guys.
Mike.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.